What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back at the University of Hawaii, here to break down the best and the worst plays DB-wise from this Notre Dame Georgia game. Make sure you go grab the DB Mastery Program. Over 100 drills, press man, off man, slot man, safety, speed, agility work to help you be elite, to help you be on the level of these players here. A lot of the techniques that we have in that DB Mastery Program, you're going to see on display in this big playoff game. I'll put the link in the description. Make sure you go to thedbnetwork.com. Now, on this first play, we have a safety who's playing catch technique versus a tight end. So he's outside leverage, which you want to be. You want to funnel everything to your safety, and he's going to play this square. You usually play square when you feel like you have that athletic advantage. And most times, DBs have the quickness advantage against bigger, stronger tight ends who don't really have the wiggle. The thing I want you to watch are his feet. Look how tight his steps are. Steps with that outside foot, and then you're going to have the same even step with that inside foot. All right, so keeping our steps small, 6 inches, and not clicking our heels allows us to react quicker. So now once we get that outside release, we can stay on top. We can widen that release. We didn't open the gate. We stayed square, force him to run a banana around us. We stay on top of the vertical. If we're on top of the vertical, be alert for the back shoulder fade. Quarterbacks, if they see the DB on top, they're naturally going to throw that back shoulder fade. Good job here. On this play, we're pressing the point. Again, you want to be outside leverage. Look at all this space out here. If he releases inside, he has to work through a lot of traffic. So use your help, play to your leverage. I think we should be a little bit more outside. I don't know. I just feel like we're giving up this release too easy. This is the easiest path for him to get vertical. But again, we are able to get into position and get chest to chest, lean on him. Bad ball, but I think our pressure, kind of forces him to fall a little bit. Good press man up top. The numbers are a little different because of where they're playing, but these are the high school numbers, the usual college numbers. So based on our divider rules, that ball's on the opposite hash, we're to the field. So these numbers, I would say the top of the numbers are our landmark. If he is inside or on that landmark, we want to be outside shade, outside leverage, and I can see that he is. Our outside left foot is outside of his right foot. Again, we want to play percentages. If he brings that split in, we're anticipating outside releases. If he were to be further out, we would be inside, and we have a middle field safety here. This looks like just an inch back technique. All right, we're going to take a step, inching back. We get that release. One thing I do like is that he kick steps. Inch back to a kick step. We have the inch back motor technique in our DB Mastery Program. Give ground, kick step, remain on top of the release. That kick step is crucial, guys. Stays on top. Again, if we're on top, the quarterback's naturally going to throw it back shoulder. You see the receivers fighting upfield for the normal fade, but the quarterback seeing the position of us, he's throwing it back shoulder. So the receiver doesn't even know. This is how we can start anticipating these things, by understanding our positioning and what they're taught to do. I like this play here. DB's got to be able to tackle. Corner's got to be able to tackle one-on-one with running backs. This is a crack replace situation. Looks like we're bailing some type of cover 3. As we are kind of reading the quarterback running back mesh and feel this receiver, he turns inside. That is not a route. That is a sharp angle. He's going to crack our safety. So if he cracks, we run a replace right off of his backside here. All right, we see the running backs cut back. We got a close space right away, crack, replace. Good job having good feet, coming to balance here, making a tackle. Great open field tackle. Foot fire at the line of scrimmage, keeping our feet hot, wait for the release. Kick step to remain on top. Not much to the release, not much to the route. Little tug here, but a little push by him. And again, I don't know if 83 is a true receiver. He definitely does not look like one. But good job, foot fire, kick step, stay on top, getting chest to chest here and making a play on the ball. All right, now let's talk about some plays that didn't necessarily go our way. Here we get beat on a outside vertical. What I don't like here is that we're playing catch technique, but you're playing against a receiver who's going to be quicker than a tight end. But you see how so he's tight to the hash. We're going to be outside leverage. You see how he's staying square, but there's just so much room to the outside that all he has to do is get on your toes and just outrun you. It's going to be really hard to get hands on a guy. We're not in a scooch technique. Good receiver, like he gets hands on, but there's just so much space. So good hands, but there's just so much space that if you don't catch him clean, he's going to be able to outrun you to the outside. And I think that's what happened here. To remedy this, you either got to be more outside, you either got to slide more. You see how our hands are outside of our feet. Our feet are a little wide here, so we could try to slide, but honestly would be scooching versus this split when he has that much space to the outside. And finally, on this play here, you'll see what I was talking about on when and the why we should be expecting back shoulders. Let's talk about the footwork first. He's just going to go with foot fire. This is something you could do as well. It keeps you square, keeps your feet live. So there's nothing wrong with this. Foot fire, good kick step. Again, that kick step keeps us on top. Go get that DB Mastery program if you want to learn the kick step. Now from here, you see how we have him squeeze to the sideline. So he's a yard from the sideline. We're on top of the vertical. Most quarterbacks are going to throw that back shoulder. So if you have him squeeze to the sideline, I would suggest getting chest to chest and looking over your back shoulder, and we'd be able to get our long arm in there and make a play on the ball, maybe even an interception. All right, so it all depends on the level of play you're playing at. Some quarterback receiver combinations at the younger levels, they don't have this kind of chemistry. Like when I was coaching high school ball, when we were studying the quarterback, he threw all his fades, over the shoulder. He never had enough touch or added touch to any of his fade throws. So we knew as soon as we get that outside release, we get to 10 to 15 yards, turn your head, locate the ball, and become the receiver, because we didn't have to worry about the back shoulder. But when you're going, this is college foot, this is D1 college football playoffs. These quarterback receiver combinations are going to have this timing. And like I said, you got to be aware of that back shoulder at this level. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll do more of these, but I think Notre Dame's DBs played the best. And in my opinion, when it comes down to these big games, DB play decides like the outcome a lot. You see a lot of pass interference calls. You see a lot of touchdowns. When we make mistakes as DBs, we give up big plays and we give up points. So good job to Notre Dame. Excited to see them against Penn State. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe.